And so
Great
Russell
tackle,
Weir
great strip. Yeah.
is given the request to find the corner, and pressure on Gavekal from the off.
Nice nudge into the corner, about 10 metres out from the try line.
UBB Gavekal for the Penguins.
Penguins to throw the ball
Sewer
in.
to throw, knocked down there by Tony Nshu.
He took it well, the ball came off the line out of place.
Big drive up the middle there by Teddy Stanaway.
And he's working hard, he stand up as the referee called them all.
Yeah.
I'm afraid the referees called them all quite early on actually, and I've noticed that in this tournament. As soon as they're held up for any reason, for a short period of time, the maul's called. No real time to get to the ground, but I guess they've been pretty consistent. It's
a little bit frustrating.
Pretty consistent this tournament.
I think this first scrum is going to be very important to see if anyone's got dominance on it. This will be the one I think that'll.
Both sides.
It could be a reflection how the teams play the game. So if it's pretty steady, then obviously they will keep the ball in the park. But if it's not so steady, we'll keep the ball in the park.
We're looking to put pressure on. Back from Dupuis.
That's a nice clearing kick all the way down the paddock.
And it's found touch as well.
Both teams have gone for the big kick to exit their out of their halves or 22s.
So very good of Gavekal to get out of here. They're under a bit of pressure on that line out. Penalty given against them. They've done well to scamper out of here now, and now they're on the attack.
So the line out now, we saw.
It's quite key if you're going to play the kicking game.
For Warden.
It's quite key that your line of defence goes up together rather than one
Russell
and twos.
Weir manages to smuggle the ball past the on-rushing tackler, and it's
spilled. Penguins putting the ball down.
Again, turnover ball here, and it's Vicky pulled down there fantastically by Weber. Good tackle, and he's contesting the steal. Referee not interested. 12 is Pinelo Latu. Pulls to ground.
Just wondering how much advantage he's going to play for that knock-on earlier.
Again, Weber denied the opportunity, and Ruan Dupuis, who's playing in the scrum half position. Dane Jans, the big South African, punching forward, and Gavekal looking impressive at this stage. Lots of phases. Stevens Turoa.
Very physical. Look at it, they're throwing themselves into this.
Flooding the breakdown zone. It's going to Nick Smith. Didn't work out as he expected there, and that's probably going to go dead. And we've 2-1. We're talking about Penguins, but thus far the quality and the focus and accuracy has been with the UBB Gavekal so far, and they are determined to win that battle in the breakdown.
Now the other reason they put the kick in early in the game is because then you need a floating player at the back to cover that kick, which then gives you the opportunity, if they look like they're going to kick, you can spin it wide quickly and or do the miss one or twos and leave that space.
I'm very seen. That was a good scrum down here by Gavekal. I want to see how much pressure they can put the Penguins under here.
A loose head on this side, Arangi Stokes. Dane Jans and Greg Camp are the remainder of that Gavekal front row.
Look at that.
Russell Weir picks it up, goes round the blind. Kick though, looks as if it's gone straight into touch, and that's an opportunity wasted.
And a lot of pressure on that scrum there. You just saw that they moved forward. They did well to get the ball out the back there, Penguins. But went quickly for the kick and put it out. So good bit of pressure and dominance now coming, certainly in the set piece for Gavekal. Very physical. We saw there's a good phase of play there where they just prepared to take it up and bash into the Penguins.
Exactly. It looks like the Gavekals can possibly play the scrum game in this particular game.
So the line out.
They're looking fairly dominant there.
They've gone up looking for Matt Graham. It's a bit messy, and there's the competition for Bardu in there, and it's picked up by Sua.
I'm not sure there was a clear and obvious release once the knees touched the floor there. So I think that's why the penalty's been given.
What are they going to do here? They're going to run it, or they're going to go for the line out? Why would you go for the line out? You're already as close as you're really going to get to that line. I don't know, would you?
Well,
Going for the line out.
Given the size of the boys, I think...
Nick Smith.
Just that they weren't, that last line out, it wasn't 100% clean ball, that's all. So you're going...
There will be competition. Joan Baldu is the main jumper, and Tony Nshui is also a threat.
I sort of going 10 yards.
10 yards.
Well, I can see possibly a more coming on here, so catch hold.
Matt Graham, the 6.
Whether the Penguins will actually compete for this one or look for
the
the
line out.
Nice
as I thought.
Graham and the rolling maul in 17 come round the side there. Sebastian.
So once again, they play the non-contact
Lewis Ormond.
Non-contact situation in that line out. So no one, the maul was not created because there was no one that committed. So, and then once they move off the mark, then they are truck and trailer.
Man, that's complicated.
It is complicated.
Stop playing rugby now, mate.
If that's the right choice of words, but that is the idea. Right. So basically, they cannot move. It has to come out the back of the line out, or back of the ruck or maul, and it has to be played out. They cannot move a step forward.
So a
brilliant.
Scrum.
Thank you. Very good technical analysis there from a back.
From a back, yeah. Too much time on my hands watching Sutanta and Rugby Pass, I think.
So still no scoring, 7 minutes.
Let's see if there's
last year's final, no scoring over the full match. And into sudden death again. Scrum going back. Russell Weir this time exits, kicking for touch. And the pressure very much on the Penguin scrum.
Yep.
And a lot of power. The South Africans, 3 South Africans, and a couple of large New Zealanders. And one of those is Matt Graham, main jumper.
And they bring a bit of reinforcement, a bit more meat onto the paddock, I think, to try and make the scrum work a bit better.
There goes Gafasua, just been substituted. And
very sapping too.
On comes Tau Kalamatangi, and it's nice well gathered, pulled down, and it's a burst by Dane Jans.
As I say, the big boys are playing it tight, the pick up and go.
Through the hands, coming back in. One of the
nice drive back. Great drive back.
Weber, excellent tackle and follow through. Stanaway gets stepped on that occasion, gets back on this one, pulls him down. And Gavekal now threatening.
The hands out though, penalty coming.
Martin Muller trying to burst around that side. Still going, the roll. And the referee's decided no advantage, high tackle. And we're coming back for a penalty, and at this stage,
what's he going to do?
They're going down for the scrum.
UBB Gavekal fancying the scrum.
Yeah, I wonder whether they'll walk it from there. It's a bit of a way off, but I think they'll take it up. They've got the power, so you
let us see. There's quite a. It's not such a big Penguin scrum. Front row, bit of weight, but second row less so.
Brought in a bit of reinforcement. Let's see if it makes any difference.
The Gavekal boys have actually basically pick up and go from the base of the rucks. Is keeping the Penguins boys honest, so they can't actually drift out too wide. So a pick up and go, and then move the ball.
Lemeki Tulele in the semi-final was instrumental in creating 2 tries that took Gavekal to this final. Russell Weir, though, quickly over him, but offside. Quick tap, and Tulele kick and go. Ball breaks back.
Why would you have done that?
Karatai Williams and Arangi Stokes in there, and the referee penalising the Gavekal this time. Lovely touch finder there by Russell Weir. Took a lot of distance there.
Can't understand why you turn that penalty there and that little chip through. Didn't seem to make sense at all. Not the best option.
Yeah, the kick through probably wasn't the best option for the Gavekals, and they had him under pressure. Now it's the release button's off for a moment, and
all they had to do is just keep that ball in, just keep the big boys hammering in, and they would have got it.
The Penguins have got the quality here to. They've finally made it up to this end of the field. They've got the quality to strike before half-time. And the line out, featuring Will Warden and Joan Baldu. Looks like Warden's the jumper.
My thinking is the first try that is scored in this game could be the winning try. Right. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Missed that one, overthrown again, but picked up by Suilala, Russell, and there's Weber, but it's been knocked on a couple of times in the course of that. Shalom Sunilua knocking on as he tries to recover the ball.
Penguins just not able to, the set pieces, the line-outs are struggling, the scrums are struggling at the moment, and they are containing certainly Gavekal, but it's taking up a lot of energy.
It's taking a lot of energy, that's for sure, Leighton.
We're packing down at tight head is Will Warden, a flanker normally. On the other side, Hapakuku Moala Labala. And Russell Weir has to deal with Lemeki Tuelere.
Feed in by Gavekal, nice steady scrum. Nice steady scrum there, ball comes clear.
Opportunity. Big bursting run.
Oh,
and
just out.
Latu, Penacolo's Latu there, looking to take that for a run. And Joshua Vicky.
20 seconds to go and it's 0-0. Epic tuggle here.
This could go all the way to 0-0 at the end, unless we see some incisive moments. Yet really see either side breaking the line, having the opportunities. Gavekal certainly had the best of this first half, but they've nothing to show for it so far. And Tony Nshui, the jumper, good line
nice
out.
clean take there.
And across the hands there, working hard.
I think the other thing also for Gavekal, they've got those Fijians, they're great at chasing back as well. And it's going to be hard to get away from them. They've got to make it. Clean punch
Johan Bardul.
There's no easy yards.
Quickly.
No easy yards for the Penguins at the moment.
Tony Nshui, and that's a big run there by Galasua, who enjoyed that. And Dane Jans has actually pulled him down, and that's lost forward, and we're going to have a scrum. So the referee happy with the time and decides there's time for one more scrum.
This would be a great time to get a try for Gavekal. Get out of one. Really need it. Let's see what
I think if Gavekal get the try in first, then it could be a hard fight to come back from that. Obviously, you can play a different type of tactic once you get some points on the board. So I will say that the team that scores first will be in command of what happens next.
Through the hands, Vicky has gone out wide, looking for Samu Bali, and was tripped there. The referee might come back and look at that. Russell Weir sweeping for the Penguins, and decides half-time is probably appropriate. And a very competitive and intense first half. Neither side really dominating, but Gavekal, a lot of pressure.
Indeed.
And they look to the side that could put, they seem to have the power up front, they seem to have the control of scrums and lineouts, and the gas out wide with the Fijian sevens players is a constant threat.
Yeah, definitely, Russ. I think the Gavekal have had the best of that half. But as I say, it's a game of, to be very cliche, it's a game of two halves. And it will depend on who they bring out off the bench, and I think that's key. Bring off the bench and maybe change some tactics. Leighton, what do you think the coach would be saying to the Penguins group?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think in the end, obviously, they've got to sort out their set piece and get that working a bit better. I don't know, really. I mean, the trouble is, everywhere across that Gavekal side, they're strong. They contain you in the midfield, and I don't think you can really run around them with those Fijians. So I think maybe they just need to keep it in fairly close, and they've got a chance to run by punching through and close. I think that's what they'll need to do, and play a bit more of a physical game just off the either sides of the scrum a little bit.
That's right, yeah. Keep it a little bit tighter and try that game, but... yeah, as we noticed, the kicking game has not suited them or not given them any extra advantage. So they've got to try something different. So we'll see what comes unfolds in this next half.
Well, no, of course the scoreline wouldn't indicate it being at 0-0, but it has been a gripping game so far. It's been to and fro. There was a great chance, I think, there for Gavekal. They had a penalty for some reason. They tried to kick it through, and that came unstuck on them. That was a golden opportunity, which perhaps if they had their time over again, they'd do that differently. Well, I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would.
You'd like to think so. Yeah.
So, anyway, ready for the restart here.
A factor here could be the experience of the Penguins. They've done these finals before. Gavekal, less experience in that area. And there is the figure of Callan Circa, who scored that fantastic try in the semi-final. And to be kicked off by Shalon Sunalua, deep. And it's bouncing awkwardly, and there's almost picked off. But there's a counter-attack here. Lovely stepping by Tualele. The kick forward. He's got a couple of supports there, but recovered.
Well back.
And a good step there by Teddy Stanaway, taking it back into contact with a bit of extra venom. Scrum halving there by Bardu, and that's the England Sevens player.
Ooh.
Ormond there managing to launch that one, and Weber has the pace, has the power. Great tackle back by Lemeki Tulele, and the referee
there was an infringement, yes.
Calling that.
They were looking very dangerous there with Penguins.
Well, that's the first moment where we've seen the genuine quality of Lewis Weber, or Joe Weber. Again, helped by Lewis Ormond, who is part of the New Zealand Sevens squad, who burst down the line. And it looked like Weber may score, but all credit to Lemeki Tulele, the Fijian scrum half, who saved the Gavekal on that occasion. And here he is now, tricky around the bottom of these scrums.
Better scrum from Penguins.
And he's moved it quickly. And Nick Smith gives it some air. It's going uptown, and there's an opportunity here. Two of the Gavekal bumping in each other, and it's a couple of injuries perhaps there. Number 4, Stevens Tuaroa, and is he going to go all the way? Opportunity in now, and it's going to be a score for Joshua Vicky.
And there you go.
Fabulous piece of work by the first of the run of Stephen Tuaroa, who made terrific ground there, powering around. Big step.
Nice big kick.
Well, the kicking game has already come up trumps for this particular moment, but especially on this type of polygrass pitch, the ball does stick up. It doesn't roll like a normal pitch, and that would have probably bounced and gone a little bit further on a normal pitch. But this pitch, it bounces. So not a bad tactic, but
UBB Gavekal have opened the scoring, and it's a very neat nudge, and that is 7-0 now. And the Penguins, the reigning champions, are now up against it. And the Fijian magic has worked again. It worked in the semi-final when it was needed. And here at Hong Kong Football Club in the GFI Hong Kong 10s in the cup final, we have a side who have nudged themselves ahead in this epic final. Seem to be losing the ball under the lights, one or two of the catchers. And that was a good Teddy Stanaway, big strong figure. Moalala Liavala
contesting the ball. Might be a penalty coming here.
And it's been stolen there.
That was great.
Wonderful work there by Arangi Stokes. Shipped out Smith, and it now looks as if the Gavekal have really got their tails up here. There's Vicky again dancing, stepping through. And again, there's a threat here now. It's got a number 4, Stephen Turoa. Influential in that last try. It's been ripped away though, and I think there was an infringement there after the ball had been stolen by Lewis Ormond. Penalty for Penguins, and that is a bit of a break for the Penguins, who are under tremendous pressure.
Yeah, a lot of game coming from Gavekal, getting right up there, back into the game, scored a try, put the ball back down here. All the pressure on the Penguins, making them work. They've got to be absolutely sucking in the air at the moment, trying to keeping this Gavekal side contained. Yeah, they're looking dangerous with the ball.
That is a sizable kick by Suni Lua.
The Gavekal side is creeping a little bit on the phases, so they're not getting any hit up on the ball. If they'd taken a step back and hit that ball a bit quicker, or got the 2 passes out to change the point of attack, I think they would have done better there. But as I say, a little bit more depth, lose that little bit more space, but or lose a little bit more ground. But obviously, you get the ball out wider with their
big line out here. Big line out here for Penguins.
With their strong
back with
outside
Ormond
players.
Through the hands. Loop round there, nice work, Suolala, and the opportunity. Circa now has got pace. He showed that in the semi. He's been snagged though by the Fijian. It's that man again, Tulele. Weber now, opportunity here, surely an opportunity. He's gone all the way wide. Good hands, and the prop. Well, did the prop get in? Rather overconfident there, and a brilliant.
There's two
no hands tackle.
I was going to say there's 2 questions going to ask there. Was he into touch and no tackle with the arms?
Well, it does seem as if we're coming back.
Playing advantage for the previous penalty, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so there's going to be a drive straight at the line. A big power by Moala Lavala, moving it across.
It's definitely a different gear here for the Penguins, boys, and they've picked the game up and the pace up.
And
so
the power coming through again, and again Moala Lava pulls down.
As you said, Leighton, they're trying to take up the one channel and hit it hard.
Tony and Shui, and this time surely over the line and under the post.
Yes.
And that's a score by Hapakuku Moalala Liaba. And a bit of extras happening on the sidelines. And there's an edge to this match now.
Yeah, different game out here.
7-5, the conversion to come.
Should be straightforward. So the Penguins coming out and deciding to have another go at it. Just trying to outmuscle Gavekal, not being intimidated now. Some great runs, some great hit-ups.
So it's a different
Tony and Sui there driving it up, but it was Moala Lava.
That's easy for you to say.
Easy for me to say. Disappointment for Gavekal there.
Well, it all started from that great break back in their own half with the winger going down the tram tracks and making almost 20 yards.
Yep.
Injury for Shalom Sunila from the USA, the co-captain of the side, along with Johan Bardul.
So game back on with 5 minutes to go.
Yep.
So Russell Weir, important to get this kick right. And there is Teddy Stanaway, another England Sevens player.
The restart
and these
from
quality
Penguins.
of players really do add to the tournament.
Big high ball taken nicely in the air.
Take.
Fingertip catch, but he did it well. Nice step here coming from the Fijian. Look at that.
And again,
still going.
Head high tackle again, I'm afraid. That penalty there in the pocket.
Well, I think Pickett keeping the ball like that and holding things up is probably not going to help his case.
Right.
But Lemeki Tulele has been outstanding over the course of these 2 days.
He just moves so quickly off either foot. When you take your eye off him, he's gone. Going for the line out, maybe not the best kick, nevertheless.
He hasn't got much distance on that one, but
we can safely say it's safe.
Yep.
So
Gavekal just need to compose themselves, settle again, come back.
Just under 4 minutes left.
I think you could be right there, Russell. I think possibly there could be a slight bit of overtime, which adds to the added impact and added excitement for the.
It's a good win by Matt Graham. It's been solid for the Gavekal, and out wide it is Samu Bale.
What's he going there? Is he going to penalty?
Russell Weir, but I think there's going to be a penalty and maybe a card here, which could influence this match.
Well, okay, he's just going. Is it a knock on? Don't know which way. Couldn't see it.
Just a knock on, an intentional knock on, which is usually a yellow card, but the referees decided to see the line and make this game a game of 10-10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it is the 10s.
Well, as in not put a 9 on. So we'll take one off.
So here we go, scrum. Gavekal ball, they've been doing very well on this set piece. Look at that, real low, and it's solid.
Scrum is more solid than before now for the Penguins. Kick ahead by Nick Smith, and he's managed to find Joshua Vicky. Brilliant tackle back there by Callum Cirker.
Brilliant pace, absolutely
Amazing
phenomenal.
pace. And Glenn Cartini must have thought it was going to be the winning try.
Yeah.
The Fijian was caught by an amazing pace.
Yeah, you don't often see that happen, do you?
Callum
Ran him down well.
Cirker.
That
Callum
was a great
Cirker.
chase.
Yeah, great vision for the kick. Great pick up, but once again a great cover tackle, actually.
He looked like he was through there.
And Lewis Ormond comes on to replace Teddy Stanaway.
Tactical substitution.
That loses a little bit of the power. Stanaway providing a lot of
Big hit up
ballast.
ball. Yep.
It's as if it's going a clever one. Tony Nsui has wrestled to the ground. Taken up again there by Bardu and Will Warden, actually. Russell Weir stepped back, and that is a mighty hoof up the field. Foul out now at scrum for the Penguins.
Oh, he got
tackle
through there.
missed.
He spun out the tackle.
And there's a couple of dancing moves there going on, and again it's Kakotini. Again, elusive, finding it difficult. Tulele again dancing. The Fijians having a big influence on this cup final. This time,
Got a bit offside up here, but he's not.
it's a big drive, and it's Dane Jans. And a counter ruck is effective, and unfortunately Lewis Ormond knocking on there at a vital moment.
Yeah, that could be very, very telling. He had the opportunity to get them right out of jail there without a clean break. Gives Gavekal the time now to suck it in a bit, have a bit of a breather. They're working hard to push that ball. A lot of hard running to get up this end of the paddock, so actually a scrum just now is a good chance to have a breath.
Small margins, and Lewis Ormond
Well,
will be very disappointed with that.
With less than 40 seconds to go, it's this could be the final play of the normal time.
So Gavekal with the Brit in at the scrum. Tulele again.
You wouldn't want to give him a penalty away.
Did anyone here read the rule book on what's left after this?
So Naima Fualau, USA, the fly half has come on at the halfback, scrum half position, and he will have to deal with Lemeki Tulele's dancing feet. Experienced scrum half.
Time is up on the clock.
And a score now finishes it. Again, likely to come to the open. Moves it quickly. Drop goal. And the drop goal is successful. And a fantastic strike by Nick Smith. Reminding it it's not over yet. It is now, though. And the new champions of the GFI Hong Kong 10s for 2017 is the UBB Gavekals, and haven't they just earned it? They've been fantastic through the whole of these 2 days, and they've managed to hold out a very strong Penguin side. We didn't expect the drop goal, and it was an arrow-accurate drop goal and a fantastic win for the UBB Gavekal, are the GFI Cup champions.
Yeah, there are new champions in the house. We've got on the first tournament come out here.
Well done, yeah. They've made their mark on this competition straight off the bat for their first one, and congratulations to them. Okay, we'd just like to say thank you very much to Russell Russell Henderson here for doing the commentating all day today. Wish you all the best, Russell, and we'll see you at the sevens.
See you at the sevens.
On my right-hand side is Leighton Dooley, who I say he's a face of radio. I got that in before he gave it to me, but anyway, all the best to all the people out here, and enjoy the rest of the Hong Kong festivities and rugby.
Got to remember also, Robin, thank you, Robin Bradbury, well-known Hong Kong legend in rugby as well. So now they're just going through shaking hands that was a great game in the end. I think the muscle was just there in the Gavekal. They were bigger. They were certainly doing a lot of damage in those scrums. It's pretty tiring on your forwards if you're trying to hold up a pack like that. So it was an interesting start. Great result there. Ran well. And they just got stronger and stronger as the tournament went on. Hard luck, Penguins. Runners up though.
Runners up again this year, and well, congratulations. And we'd like to just thank our title sponsors, the GFI, who are the title sponsors for this event. Also the gold sponsors, which is the Allied World, Natexis, the silver sponsors, which is BT, Riverbed, DHL, QNet, and Taiku Place, and also with Withers. We also have a bronze sponsor, which is the CBRE, CPA Global, Ernst & Young EY, and Markel and Tricor. So we thank you all for sponsoring this event, because without you guys, obviously it would not be an event. And we hope you can support this great rugby fixture, great Hong Kong rugby fixture. Once again, for many years to come, and also big thank you to the Hong Kong Football Club.
Yeah, indeed. And also all the team sponsors as well. That's been great. Without you getting behind the teams and setting up here, this would never happen. So another absolutely fantastic tournament. Every year the standard goes up. The competition gets better. That's 32 years going strong for the GFI Football Club 10s. And remember, ladies and gentlemen out there, the 7s, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself, and there's always going to be a Monday. That's over and out from me. Thank you very much, Robin. It's been a pleasure comparing this with you today.
Thank you, Leighton, and a fond farewell to you. I know you're leaving Hong Kong after being here for how many years?
On and off, I've been here. It's only 1990. So
1990. So we wish you and your family all the best in your next part of your life. So you've been a great ambassador to Hong Kong, a great stalwart with the rugby, and we wish you all the best.
Thanks
very
much. Thank you.
Now thanks to all the staff and volunteers for their contribution to the tournament. But there's only one way to get this done. It's time to get that trophy out there. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Draw your attention now down to the presentation area where the front the first presentation goes to the tournament, and here to present their prize Mr. Rob Howley. Rob, how are you doing? Try the tournament goes to Muscle of the Hull's Blue Level APD Dragons, the Asia Pacific Dragons. Good on you, Mike. Congratulations to Rick Masawara, presented with the try of the tournament by Walsh coach Mr. Rob Howley. And that is a lead to the field effort against A-Trade overseas old boys. The next award for best and fairest team to be presented by Wyatt. Please. Warren Gavekal. And the best and fairest award goes to the following team. Ladies and gentlemen, your best and fairest of the 2017 GFI HKFC 10s is UBB Gavekal. The best and fairest team, UBB Gavekal. The next presentation to the player of the tournament, to be presented by Morgan Tour-Lilies. Excuse me, Morgan, sorry mate. The player of the tournament, presented by Morgan Tour-Lilies, goes to Aorangi Stokes. Aorangi Stokes, the winner of the player of the tournament. Congratulations. Great read from Snakes all weekend. One of the fine players of the weekend. There's been a number of them, but the referees felt that he was the one that warranted the award this year. And now, finally, it's time to present the Bill Burgess Cup. To present the cup winners from GFI, Mr. Scott Statham. And here, that's right, you see that correct. To the Umbrella Foundation of the Ball, the first Czech nation of $50,000 made by the committee of the Hong Kong Football Club on behalf of the Hong Kong Football Club, of course. And if I didn't know any better than that, I wouldn't be taking that out of the sheet payment, I would just be leaving that alone. So, tremendous to see the charity receiving a generous amount from the tournament. As we get ready for the presentation of the Will Burgess Cup for Kimo Rugby in India, also $50,000 Hong Kong. The second of two $50,000 cheques distributed tonight on behalf of the Hong Kong Football Club. And now we get ready for the presentations of the medals and the handover of the Will Burgess Cup for 2017. Coming forward, Mr. Scott Stapleton of GFI. As the Penguins will be circumferencing to receive their winners' medals or their runners-up medals. So the pictures that people watching online around the world right now, still being there, people still watching, still interested. Watch this fly away. As around the come the Penguins to receive their runners-up souvenirs. Issued by Scott. As they gather around now in front of the backdrop. The Samurai International team, last year's finalists, they were victorious title holders. They were back to the final this year. It is the world's most travelled sports club. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 runners-up to the GFI Hong Kong Football Club teams, the world's finest teams, is Penguins International. Great to see some support, a lot of support for the Penguins. But now, making their way to centre stage, a team packed with Hong Kong local players. Have we seen the likes of it at the GFI Hong Kong Football Club 10s? Well, maybe not for a very, very long time. As the winners' medals get ready to be distributed by GFI's Scott Stapleton. Randy Stokes getting ready to lead on his championship team as they accept their winners' medals. There it is, the player of the tournament, Carlton Williams. Sean Brown, I don't know how he keeps getting all those strips, but he does. Good on Stevenson. here, the list of names, local names. We see them every weekend in the SCMP. This is a local effort. And these men knew that if they could take the Fijian superstars representing the tournament, they could launch them for a win at the Bill Burgess final, and they were right. Dane Jans looks happy, should be happy. There it is, the GFI logos. Hands proud on the West Middle. They've already taken the award for Best and Fairest Team, presented by Warren Gatlin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here it comes. It's got Statham and it's got the Bill Burgess Cup. And Aorangi Stokes will make his way forward. And here we have the champions of the 2017 GFI HKFC Football Club 10s. It's UBB Gavekal! What an outstanding win. At home for so many players. And it's a tremendous victory for the local boys. What a fantastic